Sam Heughan's in hot water after a kiss with Katrina Balfe, and her husband Tony McGill is heading to court. Fans are furious. What's really going on? Plus, big twists ahead in Outlander Season 7 Part 2. Stay tuned. Outlander Season 7 Part 2 has us in stitches. We sat down with Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe in a roundtable interview to talk about Jamie and Claire's growth. They also discussed the challenges the two face in Season 7 Part 2 and the legacy they leave behind. Ready, one of the most special moments in Outlander Season 7 Part 2 is the return to Lallybroch, the ancestral home of the Frasers. For Katrina Balfe, this location is not only a space full of history in the series but also a fundamental place in the evolution of her character. Claire talking about Lallybroch immediately brings us back to the moment when Claire shares her secret with her family. Balfe reflected on how that revelation shook the relationship between Claire and Jenny. When there are secrets between people, it prevents them from fully connecting. For Claire and Jenny, this revelation meant being able to close that shift between them regarding their relationship and friendship. It was wonderful to return to that place where so much has happened for the characters. For his part, Sam Heughan highlighted the meaning of Lallybroch for Jamie and the emotional impact of returning to a place that defines so much of who he is. Jamie has always wanted to return. Although his home is now in America, returning to Lallybroch allows him to reconnect with his family and close important chapters. However, things didn't go as he expected, as there were many relationships he needed to resolve before he could move forward. Both actors agree that filming at Lallybroch is a gift for both them and viewers. According to Heughan, the scenes in Scotland capture the essence of Jamie's character while also allowing fans to reconnect with the roots of the story. At another point in the interview, a more personal topic was raised: the importance of marriage versus the spectacle of a wedding. This led Katrina Balfe to reflect on the social pressure around modern weddings and how Claire, with her history of weddings and complex relationships, would have advised a young woman about prioritizing marriage over the event. Modern weddings have gotten out of hand. "It shouldn't cost as much as a house to have a wedding," Balfe said, with a mix of humor and sincerity. Conversation quickly turned playful when Heughan mentioned Roger and Brianna's wedding on the show, pointing out that even that celebration reflected the emotional focus over the material. Balfe added that, in her experience, someone gave her a valuable piece of advice that resonated both in her life and in her portrayal of Claire. "Don't make your wedding about your past, make it about your future." I thought that was a beautiful message. The dynamic between the actors was evident when Heughan humorously interrupted to point out how Outlander that phrase sounded, generating a moment of laughter between the two. However, Balfe returned to seriousness to conclude that, for her, a wedding should be a celebration of the beginning of a new stage. Marriage is what matters. The party is not everything, but what you build after. After this relaxed moment, nostalgia took over, and after more than a decade of playing Jamie and Claire Fraser in Outlander, Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe faced the challenge of saying goodbye to two characters who have become an extension of themselves. Playing two such iconic characters for more than a decade not only requires dedication but also a deep emotional connection. Katrina Balfe acknowledged that Claire has influenced who she is today. "When I think about who I was at the beginning of this series and who I am now, part of that change has to do with Claire, but also with leading this project alongside Sam and assuming everything that implies. Claire has given me a lot of confidence and has even inspired me to use my voice. Some might say perhaps too much, but who would say that?" she said with a laugh. Sam Heughan shared similar sentiments, explaining that the line between him and Jamie has blurred over the years. "It's hard to completely separate ourselves from the characters, and we're in the process of doing that now," which sounds like a bit of a, Balfe chimed in humorously, existential crisis. "Yeah," Heughan replied with a laugh, "because you realize you're saying goodbye to someone you've lived with for so long. I think it's going to take me years to really understand everything Jamie has taught me, but I've certainly gained confidence and experience and grown with him. Plus, he's given me an incredible relationship, one I never thought I'd have." From their first meeting to the most recent events in Outlander Season 7 Part 2, Jamie and Claire's relationship has gone through countless trials and transformations, including brushes with death, as happened in Outlander Season 7 Episode 15. Balfe explained how this journey has shaped the couple as they've been through so many trials and tribulations, and they've learned a lot about each other. Over time, those harsher personality traits have softened a bit, and their understanding of each other has grown. However, when they're separated, as happens in Season 7B, we see that they're both more capable of moving on without each other, but we know that nothing good really happens when they're apart. When they finally meet again, there's a lot of friction because sometimes we act from a place of old wounds. Heughan also reflected on how the years have changed the couple's dynamic. In the early seasons, Jamie and Claire were very intense, with arguments that felt like, will they work it out or not? Now they've moved past that. They can still argue, but it doesn't put their relationship at risk anymore. They've reached a point where their bond is deeper and more mature. When they're finally apart and Jamie comes back, that's a really dramatic moment for them to work through. Until then, we see how much their relationship has grown and matured. With 11 years of history on Outlander, Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe have not only brought Jamie and Claire to life but have evolved alongside them. The series has not only been an epic journey for the characters but also for the actors, who carry with them the lessons and experiences that this adventure has left them with. As Balfe noted, it's definitely been the role of a lifetime, and both she and Heughan acknowledge that it will take years to fully understand the impact of this experience, not only on their careers but also on who they are. When discussing the most shocking recent moments from Outlander Season 7 Part 2, Balfe and Heughan reflected on what they thought of the particularly intense moment between Claire and Jamie in Outlander Season 7 Episode 12. Balfe admitted, "When I read the first version of the script, I was like, we can't do this. I felt very defensive of Claire, and we worked closely with the writers to find the best way to tell this beautiful but complicated story based on the books. It's a difficult moment to digest." Heughan, for his part, highlighted how surprising Jamie's reaction was to him. "I didn't expect him to be so violent. I thought he would be more understanding, but at the end of the day, he's a flawed human being. He has pride and darkness within him, and that makes him interesting." One of the most distinct moments in Outlander Season 7 Part 2 compared to previous seasons involves Roger Mackenzie, who, instead of arriving at the period he expected, ends up interacting with someone unexpected, Jamie Fraser's father. Sam Heughan explained how this unexpected connection adds a new layer to the story, as it's a cool moment the way they've done it. Roger knocks on the door at Lallybroch expecting Jamie to open it, but he finds his father instead. It's a disconcerting situation for him. He has to think fast and adapt. What's interesting is why he was sent to that period, what the consequences were, and where everyone was at that time. I think Jamie is in France at that point. Katrina Balfe highlighted how this plot twist amplifies the use of time travel in this season because normally time travel is a smaller part of the narrative, but this time it has a much more prominent role. This leads to fascinating questions about what changes someone can make by traveling back in time and what the ripple effects of those actions are. Throughout 7 seasons of Outlander, the writers have taken certain liberties with the source material, something Sam and Katrina acknowledge as an inevitable challenge when adapting such a rich and sprawling saga. "There have been moments or elements that we've left out," Heughan admitted. "Sometimes I wish we'd done more or gone a little further from the books, but adapting such a dense series of novels into hour-long episodes is almost impossible. We probably could have done 20 seasons." Balfe added that despite the limitations, the final seasons have tried to stay true to the spirit of the books. "I think especially in these last few seasons, there's been an attempt to follow the books closely, but there's always been a need to tell our own story. And that's the exciting thing about television, finding the balance between faithfulness to the source material and narrative that works on screen." Heughan also reflected on the future of the Outlander universe, referring to the spin-off Outlander, Blood of My Blood, which will explore the Fraser story without the direct backing of the books. It will be interesting to see how they handle that new show, as they don't have any books to follow. It's exciting to think about the possibilities. Likewise, Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe shared their thoughts on the dilemmas their characters face. As a time traveler with advanced medical knowledge, Claire has been a crucial figure in almost every season. But is it fair for others to expect her to be some kind of universal savior? Katrina Balfe reflected on this constant pressure. "I think Claire feels like she should be able to do more. It's frustrating for her not to have the tools, the medications, or even enough knowledge to solve all the problems she faces. Although she comes equipped with impressive skills, even doctors today rely on books and the internet. They don't have an encyclopedic memory of everything. And Claire is no different. Sam Heughan humorously added, "I don't think she's done enough. And neither does my daughter. They could have done so much more." Claire's relationship with history is also a constant source of conflict. Balfe commented on the gaps in her historical knowledge. "I think what's fun about the character is that she has a general idea of historical events, but she doesn't always know the details. There are moments where you think, Claire, if only you'd paid a little more attention in class." Despite these limitations, Heughan highlighted Claire's impressive handling of her situation. Her knowledge of history for a non-historian is pretty impressive. Throughout Outlander, Jamie and Claire have tried to avoid getting caught up in the historical events that shape the world around them. However, as Heughan noted, it seems that fate always drags them back into the middle of the conflict, as we see in the latest episode. They've tried to change history to avoid it, but it always finds them. This season is no exception. The War of Independence is about to break out, and though they try to stay out of it, they are inevitably drawn into the heart of events. "It's quite dramatic," Heughan explains. "The tension between Jamie and Claire's personal decisions and the weight of historical events is one of the pillars that continues to drive the narrative of Outlander." Balfe added, "It's fascinating to see how their personal relationships and historical conflicts run in parallel, creating a balance between intimate drama and the magnitude of the events they face." And she's absolutely right, because after all, in addition to their love story, Claire's constant struggle to help those around her while carrying the expectations as a time traveler, along with Jamie's resilience amid historical turbulence, encapsulates the spirit of Outlander. What happened in the last episode is just a taste of it, but the best thing is that there is still more to come, because definitely that wasn't the end. Katrina Balfe sets the record straight about her early acting days, and her brief role in The Devil Wears Prada. Katrina Balfe, the beloved Irish actress best known for her role as Claire Fraser in the hit series Outlander, has recently cleared up some confusion surrounding her early career in a fun and light-hearted interview. The 44-year-old star has undoubtedly earned her place in the hearts of fans worldwide with her portrayal of Claire, the brave and resourceful time-traveling heroine in the Starz adaptation of Diana Gabaldon's Outlander series. However, as Outlander fans know, Balfe's journey to stardom didn't begin with Claire. In fact, her career dates back to the early 2000s, when she worked as both a model and an actress in various small roles. While her career is now cemented, there has been some confusion surrounding her early roles, particularly regarding her alleged involvement in the 2006 fashion comedy drama The Devil Wears Prada. The film, which stars Meryl Streep as the tough and demanding Miranda Priestley, is a beloved classic in the fashion world, with a cult following. Despite Balfe's early involvement in the industry, her IMDb page did not list her as part of the movie's cast, leading to some speculation from fans. The Devil Wears Prada confusion. The mix-up came to light during a quiz by New York Magazine that tested the chemistry between Balfe and her Outlander co-star Sam Heughan. The quiz asked Balfe, early in her acting career, Katrina appeared in which movie starring Meryl Streep? Heughan quickly guessed The Devil Wears Prada, but admitted he wasn't entirely sure of her actual role in the movie. Balfe, with her characteristic humor, responded by laughing and confirming that she was indeed in the film, although her role was brief. "I mean, I worked on it for 2 days from here down," she said, gesturing toward her waist. She explained further, "I was a clacker. I was officially a clacker, one of the girls who works at Vogue and wears high heels." For those who are unfamiliar, clackers are the crew members on set who are responsible for the timing of scenes, and their role typically involves making the sound of footsteps by walking in high heels for the camera. Despite her brief stint in The Devil Wears Prada, Balfe's name doesn't appear in the credits, and she humorously added, "I don't think you see me, but I was in it." This revelation gave fans a glimpse into the early days of her career and confirmed her involvement in one of the most iconic films of the 2000s. From supermodel to actress. Before Balfe became a household name as Claire Fraser, she worked as a model, strutting her stuff on catwalks for prestigious fashion houses such as Chanel, Marc Jacobs, and Victoria's Secret. Her modeling career, which spanned several years, played an instrumental role in shaping her into the poised and confident actress she is today. Her modeling days were filled with memorable experiences, including one appearance that was broadcast on Late Night with Conan O'Brien. During this appearance, a flash of Balfe's Victoria's Secret model image came on screen, and she quipped about being the whitest model in the lineup. Recalling the experience with a smile, she said, "I was the whitest one on stage, and I got a spray tan and went to them and they were like, 'Can you go and get another one?'" The playful remark showcased Balfe's quick wit and self-deprecating humor, which is one of the reasons fans adore her. In fact, Balfe's time as a Victoria's Secret model, where she graced the runway alongside some of the most iconic names in the fashion industry, was a formative period that helped her transition into acting. Her time spent on runways, learning the art of presentation and performance, undoubtedly influenced her ability to take on roles like Claire Fraser, who is as much a symbol of strength as she is of grace. Career that took off. While Balfe's early career was marked by modeling and smaller acting roles, it was Outlander that truly catapulted her into the limelight. Based on Diana Gabaldon's Outlander book series, the show first premiered in 2014, and from the moment Balfe stepped onto the screen as Claire, audiences were captivated. Claire's emotional depth, her intelligence, and her fierce love for Jamie Fraser, played by Sam Heughan, made her one of the most beloved characters in television history. Balfe's performance as Claire won her critical acclaim and numerous awards, including a Golden Globe nomination. Her ability to portray a complex, multidimensional character who balances historical drama with moments of romance, adventure, and heartache has cemented her as one of the most talented actresses of her generation. But despite her growing fame, she has remained humble and down-to-earth, often acknowledging the hard work it took to get to where she is today. Behind the scenes of Outlander. Over the years, Outlander fans have been given a peek behind the curtain, with glimpses into the personal lives of the show's stars. Katrina Balfe, known for her strong bond with her co-stars, has often shared lighthearted moments from set, but she also keeps her personal life relatively private. Still, her connection with Sam Heughan has been widely discussed, particularly given their on-screen chemistry as Jamie and Claire. As the show progresses, the drama of Claire and Jamie's lives continues to unfold, and with Outlander Season 7, Part 2 on the horizon, fans can expect even more twists and turns in the saga. From unexpected plot developments to intense character arcs, the next part of the season promises to be just as thrilling as ever. Katrina Balfe, as always, will bring her A-game to the role of Claire, continuing to captivate audiences with her talent, passion, and grace. More than just Claire Fraser. Though Katrina Balfe is undeniably best known for her portrayal of Claire Fraser, she has also worked on a variety of other projects that showcase her versatility as an actress. In addition to her work in Outlander, Balfe has appeared in films such as Now You See Me, The Beauty Inside, and Escape Plan, among others. Each of these roles helped to shape her career and expand her range as an actress, proving that she is capable of taking on a wide variety of characters, from dramatic to lighthearted. Balfe's career trajectory is a testament to her perseverance and hard work in the entertainment industry. Starting out as a model, she eventually transitioned into acting, overcoming the typical hurdles that many young actresses face. While she acknowledges the challenges of the industry, Balfe's resilience has been key to her success. The future of Katrina Balfe. Looking ahead, Katrina Balfe shows no signs of slowing down. While Outlander has been a significant part of her life for over a decade, the actress has expressed interest in exploring other roles and projects beyond the series. With her experience, talent, and passion for acting, it's clear that she has a bright future ahead of her, both within and outside the Outlander universe. Whether she's playing a powerful historical figure, a modern-day heroine, or a character completely different from Claire Fraser, Katrina Balfe will undoubtedly continue to captivate audiences for years to come. Fans can look forward to watching her growth as an actress and celebrating the incredible journey she's had, from model to actress to international superstar. As for The Devil Wears Prada, Balfe's brief but memorable appearance in the film serves as a fun footnote in her early career, a reminder that even the most iconic stars have humble beginnings. Whether it's modeling for high-fashion brands or making a fleeting appearance in a Meryl Streep film, Katrina Balfe's career is a testament to the diverse and exciting paths that can lead to stardom.